recording the session. Right? Okay. As part of part B, you will try to understand, or we will rather try to together understand, what are the different roles that exist? What are the different job opportunities that exist for freshers, for people who are planning to switch their careers, for working professionals who are in a different field and want to switch? We'll understand all of that. And what are the tools that one has to learn, okay, to be able to get into this field of AI and GenAI? That also we will understand, right? What are the different learning paths? What are the different job rules? How can you become industry ready so that you get a job? Okay. And the third part will be to boost the productivity, right? A lot of people are using Chat GPT, I'm sure. But how can you use Chat GPT in an intelligent manner so that you boost and improve your productivity? So how prompt engineering is revolutionizing the workplace, and a few real world examples of AI, and how do you do task automation? How do you automate certain small tasks, right? All these and many more coming your way. So stay tuned, please. And let me ask this question on what excites you the most. Okay, when it comes to building chatbots, or let me put this, right away, I'll create a poll question. I'll make you all answer this. So what field excites you okay, which of the, I'm giving a few choices here. I request you all to please select those choices. Okay. So there you go. There is a poll question which will pop up on your screen. And I request you all to please answer this. Yeah. Can everyone answer this, please? Which of the following excites you? Building a chatbot or working on video analytics projects? Which one truly excites you? Okay. Quite a few of y'all are responding. Very interesting. Okay. There are quite a few of y'all who are saying that you are interested working on video analytics projects, but of course, a lot of y'all are also saying you would be interested in building a chatbot, right? Let's see. Let me show you these examples as well as we progress. Okay. So quite, yeah. So you might be from different educational background also. I'm going to answer those questions as well. So friends, we are an AI services company called AiSPRY. And I'm an alumnus of IIT and AiSPRY. I hold a double master's degree. And that's about our company. These are all the international journals which we have published for a period of time. Just a moment. Yes, sorry about that. And of late, a lot of the projects that we have done as part of AiSPRY also appeared as mini case studies on London Business School. Right? If you observe here, that's AiSPRY, AI services firm, and 360DigiTMG is Data Science Training Institute. Okay, and okay. So here are a bunch of other mini case studies that we have published on London Business School. Okay. Then What is the difference between AI and generative AI is also something that you'll understand now, right? What are the differences between AI and generative AI? I'm going to explain those things as well. Okay. Right. So your learning starts on any AI or generative AI stuff by visiting the client location first, right? For example, Amazon is one of our clients. Until and unless you visit Amazon, you will not be in a position to understand what kind of projects you do. Surana Group, these are a bunch of students who have visited us or whom we have rather taken to the customer location so that they experience on what happens on ground, right? What is the process which is followed? People have to first understand that. Biologically limited, Singapore Land Transportation Authority, so on and so forth. When we give our students such exposure, then they will understand that this is the value chain or this is how the process happens at any workplace. Okay, so welcome to the world of image analytics. Because a lot of you all have spoken about this, I would first like to showcase a few of the real world solutions that we have accomplished for clients. Okay, let me pick up the first thing. This is a project that we have done for one of the clients in Raipur. They have very large 150-acre solar plant. And whenever energy which is being produced goes down, two people on bike will go and they'll figure out whether there are any panels which have physical damage or electrical damage, or are there any panels which have excessive dust on them, or are there any panels which have bird drop, etc. Now, at this juncture, I would like to ask you a question on what do you think is the most important aspect when it comes to building an AI solution in this space? Okay, so question is, what is most important aspect in building AI solution in this project? Okay, so I'm also going to give you answers here. Hardware, machine learning algorithms, cloud computing. Yes, here you go. This is a question coming on your screen. I request everyone to please answer this. Yeah. Please, can you all answer this? What is the most important aspect in building AI solution in this project, according to you all? The solar panel project. Let's see. Okay. I see. I see that quite a few of you all are saying that it's going to be machine learning algorithms. I see that almost 100 out of 150 folks have responded to it. I request everyone else also to respond. Everyone else also please kindly respond. Okay, seems like we have good number of people. Yeah, I'm sharing the results with you all. Okay, if you are able to see the results, then amazing. Okay, so friends, here, this is how we build a solution. Okay, what we have done is we have resorted to drones, and drones are only meant to fly. To this drone, you have to put another camera, which is called as multispectral camera, which will capture inside the circuit information as well. If a panel has electrical damage, okay, then with naked eye, you'll not be able to see that. It falls beyond the visible spectrum. So what one has to do is they have to put multispectral camera to capture the invisible spectrum, ultraviolet and infrared rays as well. And this drone captures the videos. But here, how high should the drone be flown from the solar panels? How high should it be flown? And in one full charge, how many acres will the drone capture? All these things are important questions to be asked. Then comes your machine learning part. And then how will you transport the data from the drone to your server so that your machine learning algorithm works on that? Isn't that an interesting thing? Yes. So here, focusing on the bigger picture, focusing on the business problem is very important. And as part of our client visits, when we take our students and 360DigiTMG students, along with AiSPRY data specialists, when they go to the client location, they analyze each and every business problem in a very holistic manner. And that is very, very important. Okay, and then using machine learning algorithms, you can figure out whether they are damaged or not, whether there are any physical damage, electrical damage, etc. This is for one of the leading pharmaceutical companies in India. What they do is people manually count number of vials, number of pre-filled syringes which exist. Okay, manually they count all these things, and manually if they count all these things, it is going to be a very challenging affair. So what we do is, or what we rather did is, we kept these pre-filled syringes, vials, the crates basically under the camera. Camera will take a photo and automatically count number of vials, number of pre-filled syringes, and it will save all these details in the backend database. So we have built a database. All these vials, pre-filled syringes from each and every batch will get recorded in the database. Now, my question is, should our AI solution stop here? Because it is addressing the problem. If someone counts manually, they might go wrong and they might take a lot of time. So our solution is addressing both these issues. It is very fast. It will reduce the mistakes, manual mistakes. So to the problem that the customer raised, we solved the problem. My question is, should we stop here or should we proceed further and do something else? And let me ask you another poll at this point of time. And this poll question is as follows. Should we build chatbot on top of the solution? It's a very simple thing that I'm asking you, yes or no. However, this will help me explain you further about the solution, right? So I'm just putting this poll also onto your screen, and I request everyone to think and answer. Don't jump in. If we were to build a chatbot, what will the chatbot actually do? Will it do something else? If it is going to do something else, what could that be? Think deeply. Because friends, for every job opening, there are hundreds and thousands of people who are applying for the job. Why should only you be given an opportunity? You will be given an opportunity only if you think deep. Right? You have to think from the holistic solution standpoint. Okay, now let's see. Good. The moment the count hits 100, I'll stop the poll. So rush through, friends. Other people who haven't responded, please respond. This is how you also trigger your thought process. 95, 96, 97, 100. Wow. So there we go. And I'll also share the results. Quite a few of y'all are saying yes. We need to build a chatbot on top of the solution. Amazing, right? So let me stop the screen share. And what we have done is, on top of this, we have built a GenAI solution, generative AI solution. What this GenAI solution does is, you can ask questions. It's like Chat GPT. You can ask questions. In fact, you can ask questions in vernacular languages also. In Telugu, in Hindi, in English, you ask in any language. How many vials did I manufacture in the last 6 months? The moment you give that, this audio file will get converted into text. And this text will get converted into SQL. And then there will be an SQL query which will go fetch the data from the database and display the results to the different stakeholders. While the customer asks you to solve the immediate business problem, what are you trying to do? You're trying to solve the holistic problem using generative AI. So you need not confine only to the AI part, but you're also introducing GenAI into this. That's how you make the system very comprehensive. Okay, so here, I want you all to look at this solution and tell me, right, what is the problem that you're trying to solve here? Again, let me ask this poll question. Spend some time and don't jump in to answer something. Think deeply. Okay, what problem is being solved here? Is it related to identifying flammable items only, or is it trying to solve business problem, trying to save lives of people, or is it just reducing human effort, or is it all of the above, right? So poll question coming your way. I request you all to please answer this. Yep, on your screen, you will see this poll question. I request you all to think deep again. Think deep and answer. While you answer, I'm playing the video for you all. Interesting. Again, the moment we hit 100, we'll move on. Wow. 10 more. We are waiting for 7 more people. 6, 5, 4, 1, done. Okay. So let me end this and let me share the results on your screen. There we go. Majority of y'all are saying all the above, right? Absolutely. Now let me help you guys understand what is the problem that we try to solve. So friends, here, this is for a steel manufacturing company where they collect the scrap and they put the scrap into a burning furnace. This burning furnace will be at, say, 1800 degrees Celsius, very hot. When this entire scrap goes in, there is molten steel which comes out. But in the due course, if, say, shock absorbers and cylinders, if they accidentally go into this burning furnace, it will cause a blast, killing the people surrounding. Okay. Hence, you will be, if at all, you build an AI solution here, and if you real-time detect from the CCTV footages, if you detect the shock absorbers or cylinders, then you'll be able to arrest the number of blasts. Okay. And then you will also be eventually able to save the lives of people. And someone who sits down and manually does an inspection on whether there are flammable, explodable items, their job is automated. So the manual errors can be reduced. And this machine learning algorithm, which is detecting automatically shock absorbers, cylinders, etc., will eventually help save lives of people. That is how amazing AI is, right? In that way, we did quite a few other projects where if employees are not following the process, right, they can be monitored and immediately the results can be shared with the compliance officer or quality officer or your HR manager or your the other process consultants who will actually analyze and determine whether employees are following the right process or not, right? That is one another project. Then we did a project in the space of road safety where this is for the Indian government, right? Where we did a project for Indian government where if you have roads with potholes, our solution will detect where do you have that pothole, including the latitude and longitude. It will also determine the area of the pothole and the depth. Using that, you'll be able to come up with a volume. And then you'll be able to classify whether the potholes are small or medium or big, etc. And we also did prescriptive analytics on top of that, which will help you identify the number of potholes, how much will it cost to fix one pothole, and what kind of reusable raw materials can you use. All these things and many more. So in these kind of solutions, my question to you all is, maybe I will see what question we have here. So I'm going to launch a poll for you. Please, can you answer that? What do you think is the toughest part of building such a solution that I've just shown you? Let me say that once again. So behind the scenes that will be played, and then you can quickly look at this and help me understand on what do you think is the most important or very difficult part of building such a solution. I'm really happy that a lot of you all, at least 80–90% of you all are responding. And you're not just responding, you're thinking deep before you respond. Wonderful. 7 more people. We are waiting. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, the moment we hit 100, I'll stop. Wonderful. Yeah, there we go. So let me end this poll. And let me also share the results. There we go, friends. Those are the results. So data collection and training is picked up as the most important top 2 options, and no doubt about that. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Right? Data collection is very, very important. And a lot of people assume that building machine learning algorithms is the most difficult part. Not really, friends. Understanding the business problem and collecting the right kind of data is pivotal for success of any AI project. Okay, please remember that. Okay, next. We also did a few projects in the space of satellite imagery. Okay, in the space of satellite imagery, where we take the satellite images, and from the satellite images, we determine whether the trees are fully grown or not. From the top, if you look at the trees, you will be able to identify the canopy view, and you'll be able to identify the length of the branch. Every pixel here on the image that is being shown is equal to 1 square meter on the ground. And using that, we were able to identify the growth of the branch. And from the growth of the branch, if the branch growth is more than 3 meters, then this would imply that the tree width will be more than 6 meters. Anything which is more than 7 meters can be called as fully grown. Okay. And then is it only these kind of projects that you work on? No. Forecasting projects, business intelligence reporting projects. There are a lot of projects that we do. But one very important aspect that I want to ask you as part of this particular thing is as follows. We have done a project in the space of life sciences healthcare also. Because of the increased stress level, people are not having babies in a natural manner. So they are resorting to a technique called as IVF, which is called as in vitro fertilization, where people take sperm from male and oocyte from female, they fertilize outside to form something called as embryo. This image that you're seeing here is a microscopic image, and this is called as embryo. Day 3, day 4, day 5 embryos, usually doctor observes the growth of the cells under the microscope. Okay, and with some subjective belief, they do the implantation. And then a woman will realize whether she's pregnant or not. But the solution that we built, into the solution, if you can upload day 3, day 4, and day 5 embryo images, our solution will automatically analyze, automatically do the grading, do the automatic annotation on what portion of this embryo is forcing it to believe that it is 8 cells good. What portion of this embryo is forcing it to believe that it is morula good or blastocyst good, right? And ultimately, there'll be a morphological score, higher the better. So this will act as an assistant to the doctor who is doing the IVF part of it, right? Okay. Having spoken about these many things, there is another question that I certainly would like to ask you guys at this juncture. And that question is as follows. I've shown you quite a few industries. Now you tell me, which industry do you think needs AI the most today? Yeah, go for it. Don't just look at the final solution, please. Look at all the solutions and answer. Wonderful. Yeah. As I've told you, 100. If 100 people answer, I'll stop the poll. So please rush through if you want to have your answer registered. Go for it. Wow, we hit 100. So I'll end the poll and share the results with you all. Healthcare, manufacturing, education, retail, transportation. Okay. Let me tell you, friends, that AI okay. All right. So while I see that a few people are raising their hands to ask probably questions, I would highly recommend you all to post your questions in the chat window, and our team, yeah, will be answering. Oh, so sorry. My mic, I don't know who has muted me. Accidentally, it went on mute. So sorry about that. Thank you, Mona. I think that is what our friend was telling by enabling the webcam, not able to hear. Oh, so sorry. Good, good. Okay, now let's look at a few of the GenAI solutions that we build. Already I've explained you on how you can build GenAI solution previously. Now, we did a project for one of the customers called a startup. I also happen to be a chief technology officer of this. So here, the chat GPT and Gemini and Llama and things of this kind that you see are trained on internet data, Common Crawl, it has collection of a lot of books, then Reddit, so on and so forth. But if you want to use that kind of a generative AI tool in the space of medical field, then you will have to train, or you'll have to pick up language models, large language models, which are trained on medical literature. Okay. And also every hospital, every life sciences healthcare company would be having their own processes. So what typically happens, and what we have done here is, we have taken a large language model which was trained on medical literature, okay, which was trained on medical literature, plus we couple that with the hospital process documents. And then we fine-tuned it. There are multiple ways of handling it. People use techniques such as RAG, etc., or they fine-tune it, so on and so forth. So here, what will happen is, if you're moving a patient from one specialty to another, say you're moving a patient from heart specialty to liver specialty, what is the process that has to be followed? What care should be taken? What protocols you have to abide by? I mean, to understand all these processes and to remember all these processes, it is a task. So how do you ease out the mental strain on the healthcare professionals who are working in hospitals? How would you make sure that they need not remember the entire process thoroughly? They need not by heart it by building such applications. So here, when you ask a question on, okay, I'm discharging a patient, what is the post-discharge instructions which have to be given, right? Or if you're moving a patient from one specialty to another, what is the protocol that has to be followed? When you ask such questions, it will automatically respond. You need not even remember. We did such projects for Uttarakhand government and in many other places, right? But the crux is for you all to have a common framework which can help you handle all these kind of AI, generative AI solutions in a very structured manner. And that framework is this framework, which is very, very unique. It is developed based on CRISP-MLQ methodology, and we tailored it to suit our company needs. And this methodology, if you follow on your projects, success is more or less guaranteed. Okay, this is not a silver bullet wherein it's going to give you 100% success, but it will at least lay out a framework and help you understand step by step and what has to be done on projects. Okay. And there are many other successfully accomplished projects at our end, starting from intelligent bar counting to automatically monitoring the process using video analytics, to forecasting the prices of the raw material, to predicting whether a machine will fail or not, to assessing automatically the quality of the cement, to determining and automatically counting the number of pallets in a given image, to predicting whether a wind turbine will fail or not. These and many more projects we have accomplished. And what we also do is we publish these projects on international journals and London Business School journals, ISB journals, etc., so that people learn from our experiences and implement it in their companies, right? And also we ensure that we include our 360DigiTMG students also on these kind of projects and give them an opportunity to publish their projects on international journals, right? Hindustan Coca-Cola Beverages Private Limited, Yatra, Korean Airlines, Volvo, Avianca, so on and so forth. All these are our big clients for whom we have been doing projects for a few years now. And these are a few of the awards and accolades that we have achieved as part of our journey, right? We have participated in a lot of international forums also, and we won the awards. These are client testimonials on the good work that we have done. All right. So this marks the end of part one. Okay. As part of part one or part A, we try to understand what are a few of the projects that you can accomplish as part of AI and generative AI, right? Now, we will get into the part two, but before we get into part two, I would like you to take this poll question. And towards end, we will open this and everyone will be able to answer. But before that, yeah, what tool skills do you think are the most important for you to get into this field of AI and generative AI? Let me hear from you all. I request everyone to respond because part two of our workshop will revolve around this. Okay, 82 people roughly responded. 100 is our goal. Wonderful. We are almost there. We are hitting 100. One more person, and then I'll stop the poll. Go for it. Yes, there we go. Wonderful. So majority of you all are saying that Python and machine learning libraries, are extremely important for one to get into this field of AI, generative AI, and absolutely I have no second thought on that. You're right. Right. And then as part of our day two, which will be on Monday, okay, I'm upfront telling you, day two of the workshop will be on Monday. And as part of that, we will teach you Python like never before. Okay. You would learn how to boost the productivity of your own work using GenAI tools and agentic AI tools. And also you will learn Python programming. And let me tell you that if you know English, that is more than sufficient. English is the only prerequisite for you to learn Python because it is as simple as English language. And I'll prove you all these things in practice as part of day two. Okay, so let's go ahead and now get into this part B. But before we get into part B and before you understand what tools and techniques one has to learn to get into this field, I will take a few questions from you all because I see quite a few messages that have flown my way and I don't want to miss out on any. Let me see. Okay. All right. Perfect. I think all of your questions mostly are answered, so I need not worry too much. But I request and recommend you all to keep continuously asking questions, and we will be more than happy to respond. Our team will be responding to your chat messages as well. Okay, go for it and keep asking your questions while I go ahead with my discussion. So, friends, one can choose to get into this profession of business analytics or data analytics or data science or data engineering or Gen AI or agentic AI. Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't really matter which field you want to get into. Like all of our friends have rightly said, Python is the beginning. Python programming is something that you should learn. Though the world is moving towards auto coding, low code, no code aspects, it is still imperative for y'all to learn Python programming, because even to automate things, people use Python. Okay. Now, also, if you are from a specific industry, say you're a working professional who work with a manufacturing client. Now, if you learn AI, Gen AI, would you switch your career? It's not at all a switch, friends. It is enhancing your career. Since you already worked in the field of manufacturing, you learned the domain, you know the in and out about how manufacturing companies work. On top of that, you are adding a layer called AI and generative AI, which will improve or increase the marketability of your resume, of your profile. Because without AI, Gen AI, obviously you might end up losing your jobs as well. Okay. So this AI, generative AI, or whatever you're going to learn is going to add as a layer on top of your existing experience. Always remember this, because AI is everywhere, be it life sciences, healthcare, be it financial analytics or marketing analytics or HR analytics, supply chain, cybersecurity, customer analytics, whatever field you are in, you will be able to, on top of your existing educational background, say you have done your BBA in HR, or say you're a commerce graduate, BCom, or say you have done your BSc in life sciences, or say you're a dentist, or maybe you have done your MBA in financial analytics, doesn't matter. Whatever your educational background is, and on top of that, if you add your AI and Gen AI layer as part of the training program, then the marketability of your resume will go up. A. B, we as part of 360 DigiTMG, we have 76 plus domain analytics programs, 76 plus. Doesn't matter what educational background you are from, and it doesn't matter what kind of experience you have, we have a program for you, right? So after learning or after completing the training program, one of these domain analytics will be given to you as an additional value add. So you will be able to figure out what kind of projects one can accomplish in that specific industry, or if you have that specific educational experience. Okay, isn't that cool? Yeah, it is. And NVIDIA CEO says this, that you're not going to lose your job to AI, but you're going to lose it to someone who uses it. Okay. Now I have a question for everyone, a very basic question. Okay. Tell me which industry this business problem falls under. Okay. So the question is, okay, question coming your way. Okay, please answer this, friends. Let's see how many of you all will get it right. Don't worry about the spelling mistakes and all that. Where did this? Yeah, there we go. Please, can you answer this, friends? I request everyone to please answer. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, as discussed, at the moment 100 people cross this, I'm going to stop, right? That is what we discussed. Now, yes, as you people have rightly said, it is a business problem which falls under the industry called banking. Okay. Now, another question is this. Please, can you answer this as well? Let's see how many of y'all will get it right. Go for it. Good, good, good. A lot of people are answering, and it's really motivating to see a lot of you all get the answer right. Great. Very quickly, we're hitting 100. So out of 140 odd people, 100 people are always active. If I give more time, I'm sure a lot of other people also will respond. Good. Wonderful. One more person. I'm waiting, desperately waiting for one more person to answer. Yeah, good job done. Thank you so much for responding. Yeah. Now let's move on. You people are absolutely right, friends, in saying that forecasting the number of emergency COVID cases in a hospital is part of healthcare. Yeah. So it doesn't matter, friends, what your educational background is and all that, right? So as part of the program, if at all you want to join 360 DigiTMG program, you learn the differences between artificial intelligence, data science, data mining, machine learning, deep learning, transformers, etc. Okay. You'll understand the differences between or among the different roles, such as data scientist, what does this person do, data analyst, MLOps specialist, data engineer, GenAI prompt engineer, agentic AI experts. What do these people do is something that you will understand in thorough detail. Whether you are a data analyst or a data scientist or a data engineer or MLOps expert, doesn't matter. Every role demands today knowledge of Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI. Every role demands people to have knowledge of these things. So whichever profession you choose, you have to learn these things, right? This is non-negotiable today in the world that we live in. And those are the kind of salaries that people can expect in the overseas market, global market. But what about Indian context? We have done a thorough research and we have picked up a lot of data which is publicly available from the research websites. And this is what the research has to say, that freshers in the space of data science or data analytics or data engineering can expect these kind of salaries, and experienced people can expect those salaries, right? But to give you a rough estimate, for experienced people, say you have 5 years experience, you can expect anywhere between 12.5 lakhs per annum. Let me pick up maybe this, okay, lakhs per annum to 20 lakhs per annum. Okay, what does that mean? How did you arrive at that? Okay, industry says that anywhere between 2.5 lakhs to 4 lakhs is what people are getting on an average. There have been examples where people get crores of rupees. There are examples where people get slightly less, but on an average, it lies in this range. So 5 years multiplied by 2.5 lakhs. For every year, 2.5, if you assume, it will be 12.5 lakhs per annum. And 4 lakhs is the upper limit, okay, for the study that people have done. So 5 years into 4 will be 20 lakhs. This is the kind of salary that you should expect if you want to get into this field. Okay, typically these are the salaries which people get. All right. Then there have been huge number of people who have gotten jobs in different fields. So if I were to go here and go to our YouTube channel on 360DigiTMG, if I go to 360DigiTMG, we have 115,000 subscribers, not for fun, right? There is some value, hence they have been subscribing. And you get data analytics using Excel free, okay? And in a structured manner, we have placed all these things on a learning management system. So you'll get that also, don't worry, right? And also there is a specific module that we teach, which is called as AI for data specialists. 10 hours of modules will also be given to you. How? I'll tell you towards that. Just hold on. And what we also do is, we conduct a lot of industry sessions, industry connect sessions, where we call the leaders and experts working in different companies, right? They might be working with, BHEL, they might be working with Salesforce, Accenture, JP Morgan Chase as vice president, Expedia. They might be working in different companies, Oracle, Wipro, head of data insights and analysis. In that way, there are a lot of people, okay? And what we do is, after we conduct this industry talk with these people, we try to understand what kind of job openings they have in their companies, okay? And we have a jobs portal in which we publish the job openings directly. So our people need not look outwards, okay? They come here, they look at a lot of job openings, and every week we are conducting campus placement drives. Exclusively, we send 360DigiTMG trained students, successfully trained students, to these various companies, right? People can go here to our job portal and they can start applying for jobs. Okay. And what else do we do? When people get jobs, we conduct something called as success story session, where we try to understand directly from these people who are from, say, commerce background. How did they get into Flipkart after getting trained through us? How did they get into big four companies such as Deloitte, okay, TCS, top-notch companies such as Amazon, Ernst & Young, right? Different companies, Google, etc., etc. We try to understand from them on how have they got jobs in companies outside India. It's not that 1 or 2 people are getting praised, right? Hundreds of people are getting praised. Hundreds of people. And I want to close this, but okay. Yeah. Capgemini, HCL, Deloitte once again, HBC, you name it, friends. You name it, our people are working. And we have a very strong alumni pool. They also keep giving us the job opening details and we post it on our jobs portal. Okay. Those jobs are also posted. All right. Back to our discussion. So you will have their LinkedIn profiles also. You can interact with them. You can do all of that. Here is the learning roadmap. So phase one, if you want to get into this field, phase one is you will have to get trained on the mandatory modules. You all were saying that Python is mandatory. Of course, you have to learn that. But then in interviews, questions will not be on theory alone. People will ask you questions on real world projects. They want to hire you only if you can work on a real world project. If you say that, no, I only have theoretical knowledge, hire me, I will learn the real world stuff. No one will give you a job if you say so, right? And also, the person who is training you should be a person who is from the real world, who worked on real world projects. So please assess the trainer's capabilities before you join, right? With 360 Digit MG, you'll have multiple trainers. One trainer would have worked on forecasting project. Another person would have worked on manufacturing and prediction. Another person would have worked in life sciences, healthcare. So you get the experience from different people for different modules. Second, most important thing is practice makes you perfect. So we give you assignments. You'll have to work on assignments at the end of every module, right? And the best part, I believe, is going for client visits to understand the business problem firsthand. So as part of AiSPRY, whenever we do projects, say for Amazon or any big clients, you can tag along with our data specialists so that you understand the business problems firsthand on ground, right? And finally, as part of phase three, we will make you work on 1 to 2 real world projects with AiSPRY or partnered companies. And not just that, from every team, we pick top 5 students and we ensure that their names get onto the international journal. The moment your name comes onto the international journal, it will boost your credibility. Your resume value will go up multifold. So even if 1,000 people apply for one job opening, your resume, your profile will stand out. Okay. We conduct mock interviews, Viva sessions. Now we have brought in AI into this. So you will be directly interviewed by our AI tutor. The tutor will ask you questions, will understand what you're responding. So there is no scope of bias. It will give you a personalized report. So you need not be scared on whether you are doing a good job or not. And practice as many times as possible for the interviews. Weekly resume preparation sessions and interview profile management sessions will happen. Okay. We also have an AI tool where it will help you automatically generate the resume, which will have high chances of getting shortlisted, high probability of getting shortlisted for interviews. And with the practical experience that you have gained on the projects, you can crack the interviews. Okay, so this is how I would say the journey should be for one to get into the field of data science. So always, friends, work on real world projects, not dummy projects. Those will not help you. Understand how the meetings happen in the real world projects. So you'll get a chance to attend the daily stand-up meetings with us. You have to deploy your solutions on cloud, right? You should have knowledge of AWS, etc. You should have the knowledge of attending the client meetings. And if your project details get published on international journal, even before you talk to the interviewer, this resume will talk to the interviewer and convince the interviewer even before you meet, right? And you'll get State University of New York certificate from USA. This is the largest university in United States of America, right? You can opt for certificate program or diploma program. If you opt for diploma program, if you want to do masters, MS, etc. in US, in SUNY and affiliated universities, you'll get scholarships. These are the bunch of benefits. Okay. Then I always feel that one size does not fit everyone. There will be slow learners, there will be fast learners. Okay. Now you are the best judge on whether you're a slow learner or a fast learner. Okay. And based on that, you decide whether we give you guys 1 year time, okay, to complete the training. 1 year time. If you do it back to back, all the modules, one after another, one after another, one after another, then you'll be able to complete the training in 4 to 6 months. In 4 to 6 months, you can complete your training. However, in interviews, people will not ask you questions on how quickly you completed the training, right? It's about how well you learned the topics, how well you're able to answer to the questions which people are asking. So whether you are a slow learner or a fast learner, depending on that, decide whether you want to give gap between one module to another. Do you want to take some time off, practice really well, hone the skills, learn very well, and then opt for module 2? That is absolutely your choice. Okay. But after, for slow learners, people who have less than 60% percentage, people who didn't have great journey as part of their academics for whatever reason, we also give them an internship opportunity with AiSPRY so that you continue your journey of learning until you get a job. Okay. And we also, for top performing students, we also have paid internships. Through paid internships, what happens is when you go to interviews, you can say that I'm working currently and this is my salary. These are my pay slips. This is my bank statement. And I'm looking out for a better opportunity is what you can always say. Okay. All right. So we have programs such as business analytics, which is called a CDA program. And we have data analytics, which is not PDS here. So sorry about that. It's called as PDA, right? Professional Data Analytics. So we have 2 programs in the space of data analytics. I'll tell you what you will learn, what tools you will learn, right? First of all, friends, in your complete journey, Python is mandatory, Python essentials. And we will train you right from scratch. Right from scratch. For example, how to install the software, how to write 1+1, how do you run that code? Everything will be explained end to end. Let me quickly open Python here and then type and show you how it appears. This is how it appears, the basic Python screen. If I say 1+1 and enter, obviously answer is 2, right? If I say 8 multiplied by 3, obviously answer is 24. Now I have a question for everyone. If I give you numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, what do you think will be the mean of these numbers? Can someone help me calculate the mean for these numbers? Yeah, and respond on the chat window quickly, friends. Yeah, come on, guys, don't hesitate. Please respond. Please respond on the chat window. I'll also give you a poll question here, otherwise that will be easy. what is the mean or average of numbers? Okay. Here we go. Let me see how many of you will get it right. Go for it. I want to see everyone answer. A few of you all, I'm sure, have responded on the chat window. Wow, wonderful. Come on, guys. I'm requesting a few more people to answer quickly. '83. 70% of the participants have responded. Go for it. All right. So I think this is okay, good enough. Here we go. I've shared the results on the screen. Okay. Now let me stop the screen share. And let me tell you that when it comes to Python, it is this simple, friends. I'll just say you have numbers. What are those numbers? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm taking all these numbers and storing it in something called as numbers. If I now say I want to calculate mean, and if you say I want to add all the numbers, okay. If you say you want to add all these numbers, that means you want to do summation of all these numbers. And if you want to divide by the total count of the numbers, which is a length, how many numbers do you have? 5 numbers. So length of numbers will give you 5. If you add all these numbers, if you do the summation, you get 15, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15. And that would give you mean. If I now say what is there in mean, it says 3, right? This is how simple Python programming would be. In short, we start right from third, fourth standard math, because mean you would have calculated in what? Your third class, fourth standard. So we get started from the basics of stats and math. Okay. And then slowly we will traverse the journey. With respect to Python also, this is how it will be. We start right from basics. Okay. So Python projects are very important. Real world projects will help you get a job. Theory will not help you get a job. Theory is needed to do practicals better. But practicals alone, I believe, should be practiced rigorously so that you get a job. Then we train you on project management methodology. Will help you understand what is the difference between database, data warehouse, data lake house, SQL, NoSQL databases, basic statistics, probability, right from third class math. Then what is EDA, data pre-processing? How do you do visualization using Power BI, Tableau, Google Looker Studio, Advanced Excel? Then we conduct mock interviews. As I've told you, this will be AI driven. Mock interviews and Viva sessions will be AI driven. Then every week we have resume prep session, interview session by applying for jobs on all the job portals and also our job portal. That will ensure you succeed. And as I've told you, for you all, since you are attending this session, you'll be given special 10 hours module, AI Essentials for Data Specialists. And also in every module, we included Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI. All these are part of the module. These are all the tools that you're going to learn. Okay, MongoDB, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Power BI, Tableau, and bunch of things, right? And you also get certificate which is blockchain enabled. No one can fake your resume, right? When people click on this, they can authenticate, they can check whether you have actually done this program or not. You get a certificate from AiSPRY for project completion, and future skills, NASCOM, is a complementary. You can choose to take that, it's optional, right? Either you might say that, no, I just want training. Or you might say, no, I want training plus certificate because that will help me shortlist. That will help my resume get shortlisted quickly, right? You'll have lifetime validity to the diploma certificate that you get from State University of New York. And directly, SUNY, State University of New York, will support you if you want to do masters in US or any of the affiliated universities if you want to. PDA program will have additional machine learning concepts for data analytics professionals. For data analysts, whatever is a machine learning topic that is needed, we'll teach you those aspects. We will teach you big data analytics using PySpark, and you'll be exposed to all the 3 cloud platforms. That is AWS, Azure, GCP. All 3 you'll be taught. Okay. And how to do data analytics on that. And we'll make you work on 2 projects as opposed to 1 project. And GenAI, prompt engineering, agentic AI, you will learn as part of every module. Okay. Then here, you get diploma certificate from State University of New York as an additional certificate. And as opposed to getting 1 certificate from AiSPRY, you get 2 certificates. Then these are all the various tools which will be covered, where you learn PySpark, Python, SQL, MongoDB, Tableau, Power BI, Excel, Google Looker Studio, AWS, Azure, GCP, and the list would go on and on, right? These tools will help you accomplish any data analytics project with confidence. Then, when it comes to data science, we have CDS and we have PDS, 2 programs, certificate and professional certificate. Here, this is how the roadmap will be, my dear friends. Of course, it starts from Python, SQL, NoSQL, virtualization and containerization using Docker, Kubernetes, right? And everything, including text mining, NLP, deep learning topics, GenAI tools like large language models, RAG, prompt engineering, diffusion models, LangChain, Llama Index, etc. You learn agentic AI, True AI, Pydantic, Microsoft, GenAI, Ensemble, time series, machine learning on cloud, Hadoop big data, Spark, deployment frameworks, and the list would go on and on and on, right? And this will help you guys strengthen your profile to such an extent that there won't be anyone who can stand your might. When you and other people are interviewed, it'll be a walk in the park for you. The moment people look at your resume and the kind of skills that you gain, it'll be a smooth sail. Okay. So as I've told you, you will get this AI essentials for free, and you will get a learning management system. Everyone, each one of you who's attending the session, you'll get it. And also, these are the certificates that you get. And the State University of New York will not just give you the certificate, it will give you additional learning modules. It will be from 60 hours to 100 hours of extra e-learning modules from State University of New York, which will be aligned with Microsoft Azure and AWS certifications. So you keep learning new things. It's not just a certificate, okay? It's not just diploma certificate for PDS. You get these additional learning modules as well. Okay, here are the different tools which will get covered. Don't get lost, don't worry. There is a structured approach using which we are going to train you guys. Okay, and then we also have data engineering module. where we teach you, in addition to whatever I've told you, we will teach you the data pipelines. We will teach you time series data pipeline. Then we will teach you Apache Spark, Spark streaming, Apache Kafka, Airflow. What is the difference between data warehouse, lakehouse, and data engineering on all the three cloud platforms you learn. Then Databricks, Snowflake, Graph data pipeline using Neo4j, Gen AI pipeline, agentic AI pipeline, everything you learn. And trust me, data engineering, when it comes to Gen AI and agentic AI, is very, very new in the market. Okay. I don't think there is anyone in India who is offering this program in this way. Yeah. Then you'll get the certificate from State University of New York, NASCOM, AiSPRY, etc., etc. These are the bunch of tools that will be covered. Okay. And here is a quick comparison. You get a lot of learning resources from us, and we will expose you to all these things. We will show you in Monday's session on what are a few additional free learning modules that you will get, worth a few thousands of dollars, I should say. How would we give to you all these things for free is something that you learn as part of the Monday session. Okay. As I told you, you'll have free lifetime access to learning management system, and you'll have 1 year to attend the sessions again and again if you want. Multiple times you can attend the session. Okay. Whether you're a slow learner or a fast learner, you decide what kind of a learner you are, but learn perfectly so that you get a job. If you just rush through saying that in 2 months, 3 months, I want to get a job, you will not get a job like that. Don't assume that you are the only person who will be interviewed. Thousands of people apply for one opening. Our job is to ensure that your resume gets shortlisted. Our job is to ensure that we take you to the interview stage. From there, it's all what you talk. Okay? So practice makes you perfect. There are a lot of secrets which will unwind and unbox in stages as and how we traverse this particular journey. Thank you so much for paying attention. I will stop here, and now we will get into specific Q&A zone. So